Hey, that was Better Days by Swell featuring Flipp Dinero. And speaking of, we got Swell in the building. What's up, Swell? How you feeling?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. I'm glad you came through. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem. I'm glad we could get you up here. So, Swell, the first question I have for you is because I was trying to figure out what part of Connecticut you're from. I don't know why I couldn't pinpoint it, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Willimantic, Connecticut,
Okay.
like by Yukon. I don't know if you guys are familiar.
Yeah. Willimantic, yes. I've been
North side?
I've been in Yukon a few times. I've had
Eastern, no.
but okay, Willimantic. And did you born and raised there?
Nah, I'm from Uptown Manhattan.
Oh,
Yeah, Dykeman, but I moved to live with my dad in like ninth grade.
okay. So you've
Yeah.
been in Connecticut since ninth grade.
Yeah.
So what's it like? What's it been for you? I don't know at what point you started doing the music, but what's it been like for you in Connecticut? You know, making that transition and doing music in Connecticut, and then in Willimantic. I don't know what the music scene is like up there. Has it been like a struggle, or are they more like accepting? Like,
Yeah. Well, really, I started making music when I moved to Connecticut. When I moved to Willimantic, that's when I started. Like, I gotta say, I bought a microphone and I downloaded a program and I started recording myself in the crib like that. And so I started making music in Connecticut. Then I was moving back and forth, but like it really started in Connecticut, and I started pursuing it in Connecticut. So
right.
Willimantic doesn't really have a rap scene.
Mm-hmm.
But,
I would figure that.
Yeah, but you know, like just like everywhere else, so there's people that make music though. Mm-hmm. It's just I guess maybe we trying to make it a scene.
Yeah, I mean that's what you had to do out here, and you're making waves out here for sure.
Yeah.
So I mean, you have this song with Flipp Dinero, "Better Days." So I definitely want to, it's a vibe. I want to ask you about that and how you hooked up with Flipp on this record.
Or Better Days, yeah, that's my new single that's out right now. Everybody
Yeah.
go get that, go stream that, please.
Is it on all platforms?
Yeah, it's
On
everywhere.
all platforms, people.
Yeah, the video is out. But that song, when I recorded the song, I recorded that song like over a year ago, maybe almost going on 2 years now. But when I recorded it, I immediately knew, like, because Flipp had the song out at the time that we were listening to heavy.
Okay.
And like as soon as I was done recording, I'm like, I knew it needed a feature, but I was like, I knew it needed, like, for some reason I kept, like, his name kept popping up in my head. I'm like, I think I gotta get Flipp on this.
It's a sign.
Yeah, so like this was like early before Leave Me Alone and stuff like that. So like I'm starting to talk about it and starting to think about like, all right, what I got to do to make this happen. And so it was like a couple months, just that process, just like, what do I have to do to make this happen?
Right.
Trying to figure that out.
Get him on this track.
So like, let's say I made the song in March last year. I think, March last year. I got him on the song all the way in like October.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of that year.
Yeah. So I got him on the song in October of 2018, and then after that we shot the video in January, and then the song just came out like in May of this year.
Okay. See, that just goes to show, like, it's a process.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people think it's just like, you snap your fingers. And no, artists have to have a lot of patience.
Yeah, it's definitely a process. Especially, you gotta have patience. Like, as far as like, you gotta know how you want to execute. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a plan.
Yeah.
So,
And when you thought that, were you like, oh, I know I'm gonna be able to do this? Because like,
well,
that's kind of like dope.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm gonna get Flipp in there.
I gotta
try and get Flipp in there.
and you did it.
And you did it.
yeah,
It's kinda
like that's kind of my thing though. Like if I put my mind to something, I know I could do it. So it's like once it was set in my mind, I'm like, I know I'm gonna make it happen. No matter what.
I love that.
That's dope, yeah.
And he was immediately receptive to being on it, or did you have to chase him down a little bit?
No, it was just like a couple emails back and forth.
Okay.
Took like the emails spanned it over like maybe 2 weeks. People busy, communication, emails.
Right.
Yeah, we know how that goes.
Yeah. So then it finally went down. What took longer was getting the video done, because we did the song, and then 3 days later he signs Will Be the Best.
Okay.
So now they got him running around all crazy.
Stuff, right?
Leave Me Alone goes 2 times platinum.
Right.
And then like everything just started moving really fast.
Yeah.
So like to link up was hard. Like I'm like, they're like, oh, we don't have time. Boom. So they hit us up when there was like some availability, when he had some availability, like, oh, Flipp's gonna be in the city. If you guys want to do this, we gotta do it now.
Yeah.
And so I had to do it. Like,
that's dope that they still reached out. I don't know. I just feel like once things like that start happening and these artists get bigger, they're kind of like, we can't do it anymore. But that's dope that he still was down to shoot this video with you. And
then we built a good relationship off of that song. So
how was it shooting the video? Or he sent you the verse? His verse?
Yeah, so I sent him the song. He recorded it and sent it back like an hour.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, like everything was done in like an hour. Boom, sent it back.
Like I love we're in this era because at the same time I still like the live setting, recording together.
If we could have, like he was in Atlanta when so it was like because it was like 2 weeks talking about like emailing back and forth. Boom, once it was a go, like I had to send the track over, but if it was up to me, like we would have linked up, recorded it in the studio together. But I made the song. It's crazy how the song came about because when I made it, I made it and it's weird. One of my boys hopped on the second verse. Like we was just at the studio and I just made this song. Yeah. I didn't think nothing of it until I heard the song through the speakers. Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, hold on, this song is hard.
It's fire. Yeah.
So I tell my boy, I'm like, yo, we gotta do something with this. Like we gotta get a feature. I'm telling him like, yo, we gotta go half on Flipp.
Right. Yeah.
And he's like, I ain't got no bread right now. I'm like, well, listen, man.
We gonna make it happen.
It's not personal, it's business, so I'm gonna make this happen. I'm gonna remove your verse, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
Yeah,
because I just felt the song. I really liked the song, the message, and I guess I saw something in it. It just hit me a certain way.
Yeah, and I mean, tell us the message on that record.
Yeah, so it's Better Days is like. We all need something that we could look forward to so we could keep looking forward. We won't put our head down. We're not looking back. We not putting ourselves down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Being hard on ourselves. Like those better days that's ahead, that's what keeps me going. No, I know there's more in store for me. I know I got, a bright future ahead of me. So that's what keeps me going. Knowing all the potential I got and the path that I'm on. So whenever I'm feeling down, I just think about my future and I think about those better days. Like I got to keep going.
Dope message.
That's exactly
Dope
what
message. So y'all heard on Better Days on all streaming platforms.
Yeah.
Swell featuring Flipp Dinero. But I want to talk more about you and how you got to this point. You said you started making music when you moved to Connecticut, so around 9th grade, right?
Yeah.
And what got you into that, and what got you from that point up until this point you're at right now? Because I think you're doing great. So
thank you.
Yeah.
So really, when I was growing up in New York, there was a lot of people that was making music, putting it on MySpace and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like people from
MySpace.
Yeah, like people from my neighborhood and other neighborhoods, like putting their music on MySpace.
Yeah.
So, then somebody that I grew up with in my neighborhood, he bought a microphone and downloaded a program, and he started recording in his room. So that right there, now I feel like I'm in it. Like my boy that I'm with every day, he making music. He got me stopping, record, erase that. So now I'm learning little things, and then so by the time I moved to Connecticut, I'm like, damn. Like honestly, like Wale's album Ambition came out. It sounds really weird, but Wale's album Ambition came out, and I feel like I started to hear music differently. Like,
I know exactly what you mean.
Like I was hearing it different.
Yeah, there is a point
in your life where you start to hear it.
Yes,
different.
absolutely.
For me, it was like I always looked at music as you were born with it,
right?
And until I got first like a long time, and then I started messing around here with the radio with her, and it's like a new job. When you get to a new job, you're all like, I don't know how to do it, and then all of a sudden there's this day where you're just. You know how to do everything.
It clicks.
Yeah.
It just clicks. It just changes everything.
Yeah.
So.
Like you said, like sometimes I used to think that too. Like before I used to play basketball.
Okay.
I didn't know how to even shoot a basketball before I started playing basketball. I couldn't make it. I couldn't even reach the rim from the 3-point line.
Right.
So I'm like, in my mind, I always thought things like that was like you were born for that.
Right.
But like I learned.
Practice.
I practiced every day, and I became a beast. And I was a beast at basketball. And I'm like, damn. I wasn't born with that.
Yeah,
you know
you had to
what I'm
work
saying?
for that. You had to...
So I feel the same way about music. Like my whole life, I didn't want to, I always been good with music. Like when I was little, I listened to a song one time, I know all the words. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah,
dope.
like on holidays, I'll be like performing in the crib, like you know, like
Nice.
you know what I'm
Acting
saying?
like you in a music
karaoke
video,
vibes
right?
type thing. Like, yeah, stuff like that. You know, like.
Entertaining.
But
Yes.
I never knew I wanted to be a rapper or artist. But I always felt like I wanted to be something like, not that I like attention, but I always was not, you know, shy and nothing like that. Like
Right. You're cool being the
I
center.
entertain people.
Yeah.
I'm here to
Yeah.
laugh or you know what I'm saying? Whatever.
That's what
So,
you do. Yeah.
Yeah. So I knew it was something like that was in me. But yeah. So when that album came out, I heard the
It
words
changed.
and the instruments different. Like it was
Yeah.
just like I felt
That's
it in me.
It changed
Like,
you.
That's
It changed.
so I'm
yeah.
like, damn. So it was specifically that album,
Yeah, that's a
Ambition.
good album too.
Yeah.
I mean,
And, yeah, so,
Wale too.
Wale,
He know how to speak to
man.
people.
He
Wale know how
really
to speak to
does. He
people.
really talked that talk.
yeah, so I was like, yo, I feel like I got something to say. Like, I feel like, you know, I had to do something with that energy, you know?
It like inspired you, woke
Yeah.
something up in you, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I gotta go do this.
So I just hit my boy up like, yo, what's that mic you was recording on? And what's the program I got to download?
Nice.
Here we
And,
go.
and he told me, and I bought it, and I started recording.
Start doing it for yourself.
Yeah, so I just started like tailoring us in my own sound and figuring out who I am. What am I going to talk about? Just for like a couple years, just in the basement, just recording music.
Yeah. And was it rough for you, or I mean, were you fine with? Because I know artists have this issue too sometimes with putting out like your first record.
Yeah.
Like, were you nervous? Were you like, I don't know about this? Or were you like, man, I'm just doing it. We're doing it. You know?
Yeah, because I had never been to a studio like for myself. I remember I was young, like in 5th grade one time. Like my boy, he was like already, his dad was his manager and his uncle was his writer, and they were like trying to do something with him for real.
Yeah.
So one time I went to the studio with them. Like there was times music has been like jabbed into my life, like
Right.
you know,
Shows its face. Nice.
yeah, like, but I never knew I would be like doing this, you know.
Yeah.
But I am though, and I love it. But so yeah, like
Putting the first one out was still kind of like.
yeah, because we was recording it ourselves in the crib, and I'm like, damn, this probably doesn't sound good. This quality is horrible. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. So I just remember me and my boy, he's actually with me right now. We would try our best to like make it sound as good as possible. And
Yeah.
then when there was this one song where we felt like, yo, hold on, this sounds good.
Real quality.
Yeah, like this, I can't believe we made it sound like this, and we
Yeah.
put it out.
You surprised yourself, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
And what was,
we were somebody sent me that post. What was it, Ebro, yesterday?
oh yeah, I think I sent you that
sent me
post.
that? Somebody else sent me that too.
I think it was
talking
Ebro,
about
yeah.
if engineers,
No.
like without engineers, without that process,
Yeah.
people really don't understand
How
like,
important
where you go from
it
raw
is
to what it is
to
now.
what it ends up
Yeah.
being.
And like
yeah.
it's really important because it changes. You could record something dope raw, and it still lacks that little like vibe.
Yeah.
So learning that early
Exactly.
is real important. Like real important.
Yeah, that's a
big
major
key.
thing for me.
It's so
Yeah.
major. It's so major. So, and I mean, when did you put out your first record? Like, what year was that in? A minute ago?
For my first song, I was probably like 20.
what
Probably
year were we in?
2013.
Okay.
On
okay.
YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all could probably go find it.
So you know I'm gonna
Somewhere on
find
there.
it.
He gonna do
That's
it.
my
That's what
thing.
she does.
Here,
Somewhere on
Enigma
there. Yo,
already
it's
knows
so
I'm
funny
gonna go
because
find
my
it.
other boy that's with me right now was telling me, yo, you should delete your old stuff. I'm like, nah, bro. People got to be able to find, like,
Yo.
see that growth.
Yo,
Yeah,
exactly.
You know, like-
I mean, it's cool to do it yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
'Cause that happens all the time. Where like,
I feel like sometimes that makes people more of a fan of you. Like,
Yeah,
this track record goes
absolutely.
all the way back
Right.
there. Like,
Absolutely. Yeah. No.
because a lot of people, it's like an overnight microwave thing.
Yeah,
Right,
and
right.
and
I didn't
even
just
yeah.
I didn't just drop a song on SoundCloud last week.
Exactly.
And then hit up Bree, and now I'm here with you guys.
Right,
Like,
right. You've been working for it.
shout out to
And
Brie.
even, I mean, oh yeah, we got to shout out Brianna Regine. Shout out to her. She's
Always making
a girl,
moves.
man. She's always making moves.
Yeah,
so
that's the gang.
So yeah, that's gang right there. Shout her out. But where was I going with? Oh, I was gonna say about the keeping your old tracks up. We had just played a track from someone we had in Kai Cash. We interviewed him, and we had just played before you came in here a track that he recorded when he was 7 years old.
yeah,
And,
he had it on his computer.
He had it. He was telling me about it in the interview, and I got him to send it to me. I peer pressured him into sending it to me, and I played it up here. But it's funny because you hear. I think people really do like an artist more, appreciate an artist more when they hear what they started off as and see what they came into, because that's real. That's real.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
people can see, oh, he's a real person.
Man, 7 years
who
old, like,
didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
And it makes people who have those dreams realize, like,
I
everybody
can do
starts
it.
somewhere.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like,
Not
you know,
everybody's
he
kicking it
went
out
from here to
like,
here, and he still did, you know.
I still listen to Jay-Z's, like, tapes, his tapes, not his CDs, his tapes.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's a whole different flow.
Yeah, and that's like a nostalgic vibe that you can get right now. You know?
Yeah. So
people understand how.
that's dope. So I might go find that record and throw it on. So don't do that to me right now, Mystery Girl. But yeah. So I mean, so you've been doing this for a while. And you have this Better Days single out right now. As far as projects go, do you have any out, or are you planning on putting any out anytime soon?
Yeah, so my EP Trust the Process, I'm actually planning on dropping it like around Thanksgiving, maybe Thanksgiving Day, just because I'm so thankful for the project and everything I learned while making it, and just everything it means to me.
Okay.
So Better Days is out right now. I have another single called Alone, which is like personally my favorite song that I've made like by myself.
That's like, that one means yeah,
and it's kind of my biggest song. Like it got like 800,000 views on YouTube.
Oh wow.
It's like across all streaming platforms. That's my song with the most streams, other than Better Days.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
So I'm really proud of that.
That's gotta be
song.
dope too, because it's your song.
Yeah,
like, that's your
that's
favorite
all
one.
you. Yeah.
And both of them are on the project,
right?
On Trust the Process. That's my
Okay, I like that
gonna be
title
that
too.
title's awesome.
That's a really dope title.
Damn, I got some.
Yeah.
I got some long sleeves. I got one on, but this hoodie is. I got my braids on.
Nah,
So it's a lot going on. But I got some new merch to promote the album. I'm gonna show you guys one.
Okay, all right. We definitely get into that for sure. And then, you know, speaking of your merch or things like that, you want to shout out like your socials, or do you have a website?
Right now, my website's under construction, but you could catch me on the gram. You know.
Catch them on the gram. It's TGR Swelly, right?
Right.
TGR Swelly, and I think that's your Twitter as well.
Yeah, Twitter, Facebook, even my YouTube,
everything,
my Snapchat.
Okay,
everything.
And where did the name Swell come from? Is that like part of your actual name somewhere, or you just came up with it?
Nah, it's real funny. Honestly, I had a job at Subway when I was 16, and somebody that I met that at that job that I worked with, he was going to Eastern, the college.
Okay.
And I was just 16 in high school, like first job, busting sandwiches, like, and I meet this kid and he raps and I rap. And so we just like, we clicked and we start chilling. So I'm chilling at his, like his college house, and everybody's just like, everybody got a nickname except for me. So it's like, what do they call you? And somebody just like, yo, his name is Swell. You gonna call him Swell? And it just stuck. Like, I don't know.
They just ran. Like, was there a reason that they said Swell,
no
or they
reason.
just threw it? Somebody just randomly threw that out.
Random.
That is so random, yo.
And they just kept calling me that every day, so I just got used to it. And I just started running with it.
Yeah. Well, you know, they say that the best nicknames are given to you, right?
Yeah.
They're not. You don't make it up yourself. Somebody gives it to you. So
I do remember days just like, what's my name gonna be? Remember my old rap name?
What was your old rap name? Come on, you gotta tell me now.
I remember my first rap name was NOE, just like that.
NOE.
N.O.E.
Okay.
And then my boy was MIC. So it was like a thing. It was like a rap group.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Free my boy, man.
Okay, well, you came a long way, Swell.
Word.
Now you're Swell. Yeah. And see, you didn't have to like agonize over the name, because they hooked you up with it.
That's
yeah.
a good one.
I have to think too hard.
Yeah, they hooked you up with it. I like it. I don't think I know any other Swells, so that's a good thing for sure.
Yeah, I don't either.
It's not like a common. Well, you know how sometimes artists will have like, there's mad artists with that name, and it gets a little tricky there, but Swell, you're the only Swell I know, Swell.
Yeah,
so
some people call me Swelly.
Swell, aka Swelly, TGR Swelly on social media.
Yeah.
And then I like to close out, you know, my segments with having the guest just like drop a gem, like just, you know, something inspirational or advice that you might have to give, you know, just anything that you think people should know, just from your experience. So yeah, is there anything you want to let the listeners know, the audience know, your fans?
Yeah. All I could really say is, when things get hard, just go harder. You know, just go harder.
There we go.
Like that.
That's the only real solution to it. When things get hard, just go harder. Running out of gas, you know, just refuel, keep going, just keep going, keep going.
We gotta put that on a shirt.
All right.
When things get hard, go harder. I like that. And I mean, you're out here going hard. So,
I'm going through something, so it's like that. That's me trying to tell. I need to take my own advice right there.
Yeah. You know, it's the hardest to take your own advice. Like, you know, it's hard for us to listen to ourselves, even though we know the answer. Right. But you know, I'm sure the music will help you work through that.
Yeah, that's therapeutic.
Yeah, I was gonna say that always helps, and sometimes it makes that music better, man. It makes it hit harder too. You
gotta put that pain
you gotta use that, harness that, whatever it is, and put some fire stuff out. So
absolutely.
We believe in you, though. We've been seeing you everywhere. I think you were on like Channel 8, and you've been everywhere. We've been seeing you everywhere. See, we said Brianna know what she's doing out here. So shout out to her, BRV Visionary, right? I got that. That's her firm. So she does everything. Just go check her out, guys. And shout out to you, Swell. Thank you for coming through.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
Before we let you go, is there anything else that I did not cover that you want to make sure people know?
You did a great job. I really enjoyed this interview.
All right, thank you. We really enjoyed having you on, actually.
And I need one of those scullies when they on deck.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to put out the question mark scullies then.
You need to
all
put
right,
those out.
I got you. I got you. All right. So with that said, we did play Better Days before this interview, but DJ Enigma said it's your show. Play before and after, and you're my guest, so I'm playing it before and after. So here it goes again, y'all. Better Days by Swell featuring Flipp Dinero. All right, we'll be back.
I know there's better days ahead. I'm just trying to keep a level head.